but we are confident and capable to be real, be exactly who we are, respond in a way, not always hiding the true selves of who we are.
But like myself, okay, I wish like to go to Japan and, like to advance in my career, things like that. I just wish to do that, but I don't know how to go through with it. I don't know, because I'm not emotional in finance now at the moment. I'm penniless, not even shoestring in my pocket. I cannot do that.
Well, it all comes down to basically goal setting, which is very important in life. We need to set goals. What do we want out of life? But that is not more as important as to why do we want it. Why do you want to travel overseas? Why do you want to go to this place? Why do you want to drive that car? We need to get to the basis where we realize why we want something. Then, what is it exactly do we want? And then we've got to take steps to work it. It's no good writing down, I want to go overseas, but you don't have a job. Yeah. Go out and look for something, even if it's something small, working as a waiter, something to get you going. And then maybe increase your education and further yourself even more.
Therefore, we must, how can a willing person achieve a positive mental attitude to his success?
Well, attitude is something which we use all the time. We are constantly thinking about ourselves, thinking about other people. Attitude basically comes down to our behavior and our thought patterns. If we can change the way we think about ourselves, instead of thinking, oh, I'm never going to make it, I'm never going to do it, change it to more positive confessions. It will improve our confidence, which will improve our performance, which can lead to greater success.
But I've repeated the same positive slogan, but helpless, no success.
Well, success is not just made up of one thing, so you can't confess and sit on your butt, you know what I'm saying? You got to be willing to take the steps as well. So confession is just part of the picture.
Well, that was our guest. We thank our guest. Next time we're going to meet you. Well, we have heard ourselves about these things that we should change. We should change. That doesn't mean that you should change your career, but you have to gain, the mental attitude, a good attitude. So next week, meet us at the same place, same time. We'd love we'd love to see you again. Bye.
Right here, we're chilling at Maseru. This man has been everywhere in the world. He's traveled 15 countries promoting reading. Now, Cleo, brother, I need you to tell me, what are the challenges you go through when you're out there? You are named the reading ambassador.
Yeah.
It's a very huge name and a huge title, but I've seen your work and I've seen that you are in most of the websites, the internet. Everybody's writing about you. Everybody out there is writing about your good work. I just want to know, when did you start?
Yeah, I was, 5 years old.
Yeah.
Not when I started.
Yes.
But I can say when I started, I think, traveling when I was maybe 19 years old.
19 years old.
And it's something prompted me to start something for Africa, not just for myself, but I think for the whole world, for my continent and my country and my people and everybody else around the world.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Brother, I want to know, what inspired you to start with this movement? You're inspiring young people to read and sharpen their skills of reading out there, and an education is important in this day and age. I want to know, what inspired you? What drove you to take this?
Yeah, what inspired me was, I think the challenges, I can say the challenges that I had myself personally. Because I was going through, somebody that was coming from the rural area, growing up without a father.
Oh yeah.
And my mother actually used to compel me, force me to read every night.
Oh yes.
And I could see that, I wanted a good life too. I wanted probably one day live in a big house.
Oh, yeah.
So I realized that education was first thing in life. But then again, reading was just one thing that actually made me to start. And I saw many presidents and the business gurus and so many people that were educated and they were bigger. So I just thought that, okay, I should go out there and start helping them to read. And yeah, what inspired me was my mom as well.
Oh,
she
yeah.
inspired me to start all
You're traveling around the world promoting reading, but now I want to know who sponsors your work.
Well, I've been sponsoring myself. Of course, I had people now and then coming through who believed in what I was doing.
Yes, yes.
It was Professor Banko Motoso of UCT in South Africa.
Oh, yeah.
And also some friends, Tracy Collins. She's the biggest person, I think, in South Africa who shoots most international TV commercials, even for South Africa. She's done a lot of wonderful work. She's always been, with me in believing in what I do.
Yes.
And some few people that, that believes in what I do. And yeah, but mostly it was myself. When I go to some countries, I fail to do something, but I just compel myself to go and read. And when I come back, I got the courage to do what I do. So it's not just about money, getting sponsorships.
Yeah.
It's about using the challenges to your advantage. So yeah, there's some people that sponsors me, and myself too. I sponsor myself in big time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I need to know, what are the challenges you face? You're sponsoring yourself and everything. Nobody's giving you money. Nobody is. How do you travel? What are the challenges you face in the work you do?
The challenges are many, zillions or billions of them.
Yes.
But anyway, one thing that I can tell you is this: the challenges that I face mostly, it's about they're not people that believes in reading at all. So I have to sponsor myself. I remember you asking me that question.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes, like I remember some countries that I've traveled where I had to probably sleep on the street. I have to starve. Sometimes I go to a school where I ask the principal, I go to university, ask some deans, to help me so that I could help some of the students. And some of the people that don't believe in reading, and they get shocked, like the guys from Malawi,
oh, yeah.
and is coming to our school asking us to give him kids and talk to the kids.
Oh, yeah.
And I have to impress them, I have to inspire them, I have to motivate them to get me, the kids, so that I could talk to them, I could inspire them. That is some of the challenges that I'm facing, where some of the schools, they don't understand when somebody is doing reading in schools, motivating people to read. That's one of the biggest challenges that I face. But some countries like South Africa and Zimbabwe, where some people actually accept me and give me a superb reception, they want me to come to their school. So I enjoyed when I was in Zimbabwe big time. But some countries that I've traveled, it was very difficult for people to accept me in their schools, because they've never seen any other black men coming to their school. They are used to the white people that comes from overseas.
Oh yeah.
And when they come, they're accepted at that school or at those schools.
Yes, yes.
With both. So for an African and somebody coming from a poor country, it's always a difficult thing to do. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Cleo, brother. So tell me a bit about yourself. I want to know, how old were you when you started traveling and promoting reading?
Okay, I'll just start first with my mom.
Yes.
My mother brought us, me and my brother,
yes,
single-handedly.
Yes.
And she didn't have much to give us, but she kept old books in the house,
yes,
old
yes.
magazines, old newspapers.
Yes,
she
yes.
kept everything that had words.
Yes.
So it was, every night before I go to bed, my mother would compel me to read.
Oh, yes.
And sometimes I would say, okay, let me go to bed. This is me, this is Cleo. I jump over the bed. All of a sudden, I see this mom walk into my room and drag me, and she would read one page of the book,
yes,
and hand me over the other book to read. So it started from there, and then I went to school, primary school and then high school.
Yes.
It was great, and I was passing with the good grades at school. And some of the time, teachers liked me, the schools liked me, because I could interact with the teachers and with everything that our teachers was teaching us.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so it started from there, and when I completed my education, I thought I did TV presenting, advertising, and radio presenting, covering all the programs that you see on television.
Oh, yeah.
And I just thought, I was feeling something that is forcing me to do. Like, I must go out, I must share this passion of reading with everybody else around the world.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so I think in 1999, that's when I took it upon myself that, okay, I will do this, and I can manage to do this.
Oh, yeah.
And some of the principals, the teachers, they said, yeah, you can do it. Yes.
Cleo, brother, I'm a musician, and then it's hard whenever we start something like that without sponsorships, without being helped out by the government or anything like that. But I want to know, let's now leave the technicalities, let's now talk about the people you meet. what are the challenges you face with the students? Do you remember the people you meet, the people you've talked to, the people you changed their lives, you inspired?
Yeah. You know, first of all, I would like to say to you, Lorenzo,
Yes.
here in Lesotho, Maseru,
Yes, yes.
meeting a person that is a musician and is a big person in Maseru in Lesotho,
Oh, yeah.
and to decide to make a documentary of me in this country of Lesotho, I seriously appreciate, and I just hope that everybody that is watching can also, you know, look into your life as well.
Oh, yeah.
That one day somebody is going to do documentary about you.
About you. Oh, yeah,
Because
I'll
I'm in a
appreciate that.
strange land.
Yeah, sure.
I'm in Lesotho, Maseru, and it's my first time to be in this country.
Yes, yes.
I seriously appreciate. You know, I have seen so many students.
Yes, yes.
Sometimes I feel like I'm over-exaggerating
Yes,
or
yes.
overestimating, but I think the people that I've made and spoke to
Yes.
or motivated could be up to 2-3 million learners, because I've moved to so many countries.
Oh, yes.
And I've seen so many schools and so many students.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes I don't remember the people I've spoken to.
Yes, yes.
Sometimes I do. And the challenges that I face in the classroom is, you know, some of the schools, they don't seem to take reading seriously.
Seriously, yes.
They emphasize more on education.
Oh, yes.
You can never have education without reading.
Without
You can never have a good leadership without reading.
Yes,
You
yes.
cannot have a good economy without reading,
Without
or
reading.
even religion without reading, or any talent that you have,
Yes.
or any career that you have without reading.
Oh, yeah.
So the challenges that I face in the classroom is where some of the kids, they don't know how to read. Others can read, but they read slow.
Yes,
Just for instance, when you say, please pass me the ball, that's the way you speak.
Yes,
But if you ask the kid to read, please pass me the ball, the kid is going to go, please pass me the ball.
Oh, yes, yes. And like, again, it also helps the pronunciation. It helps communication, because now, without being able to communicate, we can't really go far as students out there in the world.
Yeah, that is true, Lorenzo. I think if you cannot express yourself,
Yeah.
I've seen some of the kids actually that are coming from the best schools.
Yes, yes.
You put them there, and you bring the kids that are coming from the government schools,
Yes, yes.
and put them there. You will notice or learn fast
Yes, yes.
that some of the kids that are coming from the private schools, go to private schools, not Mickey Mouse schools.
Yes, yes.
Those ones can express themselves.
Oh,
They can
yeah.
move around, and you understand.
Oh, yeah.
But the kids from public schools, they cannot express themselves. So that's what happens. That it happens even in the leadership.
Yeah.
If some of the ministers did not read,
Yes.
they'll commit a crime.
Yes.
They'll go through corruption because they cannot express themselves. They don't know what to do with the money. So all they do is just to embezzle or put the money in their pocket.
That's very
because they were not reading. They lack ideas and the concepts to do with the money to help the community, to build the society in that particular country.
Yo, my people, this is Lorenzo chilling with Cleo, the reading ambassador out there. This guy is great, you know what I'm saying? And all I could say to you is keep reading. Keep reading. In education, you're not too old, you're not too fat, you're not too big, you're not too black, you're not too white. Just keep reading. Cleo, my brother, what can you say to the youth out there, especially the youth in Lesotho? You are in Lesotho at the moment. We didn't abbreviate on that one, but now what can you say to the African people out there who...
Yeah, but what I can say to the world,
Yes, yes.
to the whole world, and what I can say to African continent,
Yes, yes.
and to the country of Lesotho,
Yes.
and the youth
Yes, yes.
specifically, is to start reading right now.
Yes.
And actually, reading is not natural. It's
Yes.
not phenomena.
Yes.
Reading is something that you need to force yourself to do.
Yes.
And everybody else in Lesotho should start reading at early age.
Yes, yes.
The mothers and the fathers out there, or would-be mothers
Yes.
who have a pregnancy, they should try to read a book, simple book,
Yes.
to their children in the womb.
Yes, yes.
And when the child is born, they should read to that child
Oh, yeah.
until the child starts going to school, until the child finishes school. That alone, you're planting a seed.
Yes.
The other thing is that nowadays the youth, they like, to watch movies, wrestling together with their parents, grandparents and all that.
Yes.
And they'll have iPods, MP3s. So that's the problem, that the technology is taking much of their space and time.
Oh yeah.
But probably they should try to start, that culture of
Yeah.
reading since we have people passing by.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, it's part of the documentary, I guess.
Yeah.
They should start reading. And I think the government, the Department of Education, or the Ministry of Education
Yes, yeah.
should take people like I and everybody else that is promoting reading.
Yes.
They should take us seriously.
Take them very
We can
seriously.
help their country, we can help Lesotho, we can help the whole continent, the whole world.
Yeah.
So they should take us seriously. We can contribute a lot that can transform the entire country.
Nation, yes, yes.
Yeah, the entire nation, yes.
And all I could say to you guys out there is, if you want to visit Cleo's work, go to www.cleobonny.com. You'll find a whole lot of pages out there on the internet about the work he's been doing. You could catch up with him. And if you want to sponsor his work, you'll get contact at the end of this video where you could reach him and then sponsor his work, help him help other people out there study. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lesotho is a place like this. About pizza, body. Everybody trying to be somebody. Downtown, better just ladies, hello. Don't talk to me, hello. To everybody who's ready to go, you take this track right after the show. Check this out, quiet and tube. Lesotho's finest, bring us a lot of dudes. Maluti, eta, mukoroto, eta, ola. Tiwai, leribe, khubetwana. Okai, nerile, hulekwana. Represent our people, hulekwana. Lesotho.
Well, I can't help myself when I'm with you. Well, I can't help myself with you. Well, I can't help myself when I'm with you. Well, I can't help myself.
Hello, you know the dancer. You know now. Maputswe ekhalala, lady show love, hare papala. Friday night and we off to Roma. Push the back through hella pochoma. I knew that be days like this when everybody is deep in the mix. I don't got the 4+1 and I need a fix. I don't care, I got 2 chicks. Hard in there, only the palace. Come December, get my hobbies. To all my ladies, get my tabisa. Lesotho, get my tabisa.